Yo, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to Nightwing Knows. If you ever had a question and wanted to drop me a line, all you gotta do is shoot me an email right over here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the question.
While we're eating.
Dee asks, hey Chris, if you could play for any NBA team besides the Golden State Warriors, who would you most like to play for and why? Also, do you watch any other sports besides basketball? I'll answer the second question first because the short answer to that is nope. I don't like any other sports except for basketball. I rarely even watch college ball. I just really like the NBA for some reason. That's just what I grew up watching and that's what I stick with. In my household, there really was no sports watching, so I was the only one that was kind of in there. So a lot of kids just kind of like grow up and their dads or their moms are like football or baseball or soccer, and so the kids just kind of grow up in that atmosphere. I was totally not like that. It was just me and my mom, and the only reason why I got into basketball in the first place is because of my uncle. I just never liked any of the other sports. I did play soccer when I was very small, but I mean, who the hell didn't? So yeah, basketball is where it's at for me. That's the only sport that I like or that I love. Everything else to me, I just literally is not on my radar. As far as playing for an NBA team, I mean, if I were even remotely good enough to be considered to be able to play on an NBA roster, I mean, seriously, I would play anywhere. I'd even play for the Pelicans. Not saying that the Pelicans are bad, I'm just saying that their name is funny. I mean, I guess it could be worse. You could be called the Hermit Crabs or something. That would be awful. But anyways, as I was saying, I don't care what team I'd play for. I would just be super grateful to be able to be in the NBA. I feel like your chances of being a professional athlete like that is like very slim. So if that were to ever become some sort of possibility, I just think it would be awesome and I would just love to have the experience. It's one of those things where I'll start to lose respect for certain players. Like I remember hearing about Ricky Rubio and him being disappointed about being picked up by the Minnesota Timberwolves, and to me that just shows that like you're fairly classless and you have like no respect for the game itself. You know, you're only thinking about like big markets and things like this. You think very highly of yourself, which I think is fine, especially if you're in the NBA. You have to have a certain level of confidence, but at the same time you have to have a certain level of gratitude as well, and just being able to play professionally for any team, get paid to play a basketball game. I mean, we're talking about a game here. We're not talking about, you know, going to a 9 to 5 and picking up trash all day. We're talking about playing basketball and getting paid for it. So I just feel like that's a little bit of like an ungrateful move or train of thought. So yeah, I'd pretty much play for any team. It doesn't matter. I'd even play for the D League.